Okay, go ahead.
All right, boys. Welcome in episode 1 of the CoffeeHouse Podcast, featuring yours truly. I am Treehouse. I am an older gentleman from the northeast of the United States. I play UFC 5 pretty consistently, top 10 in the world on ranked very regularly. To my left or right, we're not sure which side he's going to be on, we have the one, the only MellowCoffee. I will let him introduce himself.
Hey, so I am MellowCoffee. I don't play ranked as much as Treehouse, but I am an avid UFC 5 player and ESFL competitor, as is Treehouse this season on ESFL, so check him out there. A lot of what I do, I started the Hit Squad camp, which Treehouse is a part of.
Hit Squad?
Hit Squad. And a lot of what I do is just sparring campmates, trying to help out everybody improve. I'm always looking for ways to improve myself, as well as my UFC 5 game playing. And this is, so I also do a lot of stuff around the community. I do editing for ESFL.
Thank you.
I do a lot of
that in, because I was going to interrupt you and add that right in, Mellow. Make it fucking, come on. You do a lot more than what you're saying.
Yeah, well, I'm more of a behind-the-scenes kind of guy, but I do a lot of thumbnails for people, just kind of everywhere all at once. But, so yeah, we're going to jump right into this.
Yeah, for sure. And guys, this is a weekly podcast. We're going to do this every single week. We'll break down ESFL fights, talk about things happening in the ESFL community, talk about other up-and-coming streamers, get some guests on here, and talk about real UFC events. So we truly hope you enjoy it. There's nobody I would rather do this with than the one, the only MellowCoffee. And speaking of cheese, I think we should probably get right into talking about these fights that happened here today on ESFL, if you're up for it.
Yeah, we definitely should. So I have your fight queued up already. If you want to jump into that. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Beautiful. Yeah, we could definitely jump into that. I'm gonna pull it up on my screen so I have it too. Just bear with me, and I'll walk you through, because I'm sure you're aware of this. I mean, what happens to me a lot is as I'm fighting, I'm not actively really I don't want to say paying attention, because that's probably an incorrect usage of the word, but I'm not actively noticing necessarily what's going on in that fight. I will say that at the end of it, I was extremely confident that I won. I felt round 1 was a 10-8 round, and I didn't get a 10-8 round on any card. So, it's hard. It's hard to jump into a fight that you're doing yourself and accurately explain what happened after without watching it back. So, I mean, I'll watch it live, but I'd like to hear. I mean, you watched it.
I did
from an outside perspective, so I'd like to hear what your thoughts are before I give you mine.
Yeah, before we go ahead and jump into it, I'll tell you that first round, you looked pretty confident. Second round, it looked like the moment might have gotten to you a little bit, but you kept your composure. And then towards the end of the second round, I thought you might have started to panic a little bit about stamina, because it was getting kind of low. And I was starting to panic a little bit about your stamina, if I'm being honest, because he had a significant lead on you. And I knew if he had gotten you in a sub, like, he knows, obviously you guys have played before, he knows how you play too. And he knows what you're going to be looking for and what you're not going to be looking for. And especially when it comes to escaping. So round 3 then was just, I could tell that you were like, all right, F it, let's go for it. And you know what I mean? Like, you were like, all right, let's do the dance then. Like, it's either sink or swim. So that's what I thought while watching.
I think that's probably a pretty good breakdown of that fight. I mean, I'm watching it back now. There were a couple positions in that fight that I really should have taken more advantage of than I did, which might have been a little bit of the ESFL big stage nerves, which I didn't necessarily feel. Like, to me, it was just another fight. I hit a couple really nice duck clinches. I'm watching one here in the first round where I duck in a clinch and immediately backpack. Spin him over to mount, which was my exact game plan coming into the fight, is spend as much time in mount as humanly possible. Obviously, that's my strongest position. I'm watching now. I get him in this arm triangle here, and I think that I messed this one up. Let me just watch through it a little bit, but I think I messed this arm triangle up. No, I don't. Okay, I get this one. So round one, I'm surprised, based on my control time, and then I hit a submission, that I didn't get a 10-8. I feel like I was very dominant round one. Round two, you're right. I came into round two and looked at my stamina coming into round one. I was like, all right, dickhead, you got to kind of slow it down a little bit. And in retrospect, I probably should have pushed a little bit harder in round two. I probably could have got him out of there. All in all, I mean, I thought it was an excellent fight as I was playing, and I had a lot of fun. I don't know that Spooky had as much fun as I did, but that happens when you fight me.
Yeah, it does, for sure.
Okay, 11, Bravo, calculated pressure, counter striker, suffocating top game.
Bravo took it on the chin. Bravo's an incredible player, really strong grappler. I think he executed his game plan very well. He and I sparred and got into a party chat right before the event started, and I gave him my opinion. Here's what I would do if I was you. You know what you're good at. Don't try to get cute. Just do what you're good at, which is exactly what he did that entire fight. And I don't know. I felt Bravo won that fight 2-1 is how I had it scored, and I know a lot of other people did too. I'll watch it for a third time. I watched it back right after it was over because I wanted to make sure I wasn't being biased, but I don't know, man. That was a really rough decision for Bravo. I'm confident he's going to bounce back. He's one of the best players in the world, so he'll be all right. Tough loss for sure. I'm going to call out Cryptics next week, I think, and try to avenge that for Bravo.
Respect that. Yeah, I would say I scored it the same way. I thought he took the first and definitely took the third. I don't understand how any judge would give Cryptics the third round. I mean, he landed maybe one strike. I think
he sent so he didn't, I don't think he landed a single strike on the feet. Bravo sent the scorecard. I'm going to look for it here and pull it up.
Okay.
Just give me a minute. Let me pull it up. Discord is very slow on the computer, but he sent the scorecards. I don't know. I felt like Bravo smashed that kid. I did it.
I do feel like round one, he kind of approached it a little bit too timid.
He was nervous. And
he was nervous. He was very nervous. He said that leading up to it. That he even went to like meditate right before the fight. But
I have the round three stats up here in front of me. So Bravo landed 5 out of 14 significant strikes. He was 37 for 51 on total strikes, 2 for 3 on takedowns, with 3 minutes and 24 seconds of control time. Cryptics landed 1 of 3 significant strikes, which was the one strike he landed on the feet. He was 34 for 41 total strikes, which is 33 strikes off his back. 0 out of 0 takedowns and 0 minutes of control time. He lost every single category. It makes no sense that Bravo lost that round. Round one was closer.
It was close, right? Yeah.
But not, even round one, Bravo was 13 of 32 significance versus 9 of 22. Bravo was 42 out of 85 total. Cryptics was 44 to 68, which were all off his back. Bravo was 1 out of 4 takedowns. Cryptics was 0 for 0. Bravo had 3 minutes of control time versus 0 minutes of control time. So not that a stat sheet not that a stat sheet is the absolute truth, right? Because it's not always. But I truly believe Bravo won 1 and 3. And if you look at the stat sheet from round 3, how can you say that Cryptic's won? He didn't hit a sub. He had no ground control time, and he didn't win one category. How did he win?
Yeah, the round 3 doesn't make any sense to me, but the only thing I can say about round 1 that might have edged him out is accuracy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
which is fair, but like I feel like a lot of those strikes were while he was on his back, just baby punching like that. And you know my opinion, and I'm not trying to go on a tangent, but you know my opinion on the baby punching meta.
Yeah,
I think it's fucking lame. I think it's the dumbest shit ever.
It's a GA builder. That's all it is. Yeah.
But I don't use it because it's not fun. It's not exciting. There's nothing enjoyable about sitting in one position, not moving, and just triangle, and you gotta find the rhythm like you're beating a drum. So it's like triangle.
All right.
Triangle. Ooh, you're gonna transition block. Ooh, triangle. Full GA. Now I move. Like that's
not grappling. Come on now.
It's checkers. Is the problem. They're not playing chess. They're playing checkers.
Indians fight.
Yeah. It was a tough fight for Indian. I think he made the wrong pick with Royval.
Who do you think he should have picked?
Flyweight sucks.
Mm-hmm.
If he had fighter pick, I would have taken Moreno personally.
Right.
And boxed and used my grappling. I know that Thunder. I know him really.
Do you want to know? Do you want to know who I think he should have picked?
Mighty Mouse.
No, I don't. Looking back at how his opponent fought, where it was very pocket heavy, counter heavy, and the way Indian likes to fight, okay, I think he would have had a lot more success with Figueiredo.
Yeah, Figgy would have been a good pick too.
Now his chin is not great. I know this, okay, but hear me out.
Roy Valls isn't either.
No, it's not. But here's the thing with Figueiredo: he's got insane damage for the weight class.
Yeah,
he's got really high damage, and that's what Indian's all about, right? Putting a lot of damage on you very quickly, and then putting you on your back foot. Because when you're on the back foot against Indian, that's where Indian's gonna thrive.
Well, and that kid did it. His opponent did a very good job of scouting him and just stayed on the front foot all fight and just pocket.
Mm-hmm. He also did a very good job at picking flyweight, because he must have also known that Indian loves the Rolling Thunder, right? Yeah, so not a single fighter in flyweight has a Rolling Thunder.
Flyweight's a cancerous division, in my opinion.
Real quick, I want to mention both of us are good friends with our guy Host Ninja.
Also a really tough fight to watch.
Yeah, not a good day for
he was up 2 rounds.
He was up 2 rounds, and I tell you what, man, Smudger looked locked in. He did look locked in on him. Like he was.
Host didn't. No disrespect, Host is a very good friend of mine. A guy that I've known for a long time. I think he's probably one of the best in the world, but he was not locked in there.
No, he definitely.
And you can tell early on, I fought Host before. He's better than that.
With the Islam pick, like I had a feeling that Host's game plan going into this fight, before I even saw fighter picks, that Host's game plan was going to be to grapple.
Yep.
Because Smudger is definitely known for his striking, right? His striking is very good. I've seen him fight before. It was smart. It was smart on his part. But here's the thing: as soon as Smudger saw that Islam pick, I instantly knew what he was gonna do with the body work. He got the stamina lead very, very early in the first round.
30 seconds in the first round. He had a huge stamina lead. So
he got a huge stamina lead, and from there it was an uphill battle for Host. And then all credit to him, he was up 2 rounds. He could have just, coasted through that 3rd round, not tried not to do a whole bunch, but You know, he went in there and he
got caught in a really, really bad spot and just didn't react the right way is what happened there. I mean, he's in back flat. You gotta just turn him.
Right.
Especially up 2 rounds. You just turn him. Guy postures up, you catch a hand, and you get up, and then you have a free transition, and you're good, right? But he just tried to do a little too much. I don't think the thing with the ESFL, I don't think there's really many grapplers in ESFL, despite what was shown today, and that was my next topic. Is they complain about grappling, and then you watch Wavy come in and grapple his way to a win, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then you watch Goat come in and grapple his way to a win after they've both been super vocal about the grappling. I just felt was odd.
Well, man, I mean,
or whatever. So,
what are you gonna do there? I mean, it was smart. I mean, maybe it was some. It was some mental warfare there, you know. Everybody knows you're anti-grappling, and then you come into the fight and you're grappling.
I would be shocked to learn that either of those two kids are intelligent enough to come up with that devious of a game plan. But if they did, I will tip my fucking cap and give them a lot of credit.
Yeah.
If they are intelligent enough to come up with that devious of a game plan, you have Treehouse as captain. For sure. There's no question about it. Yeah, I don't know. I think they just figured out that it's the safer way to win fights, and because it is, right. It's not like I said to Rolling Thunder when he asked today, how do you deal with somebody on their back foot? You put them on their back. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean,
how do you deal with somebody pressuring you? You put them on their back.
Yeah.
I don't know. You can't pressure me from your ass.
So
that's what I think everybody should do.
Yeah. A lot of people don't. It's funny. A lot of people don't even really like go there. I mean, thought process wise, when you know they're getting frustrated with somebody else's striking or frustrated with their own striking because it's not working. A lot of people won't even think like, oh, well, there's a whole nother part of this game where I can just take it to the ground. Like,
it's aggravating to watch sometimes for me, especially, and I'm sure the shoe fits both feet, right? Where somebody watches me fight and they're like, oh my god, this overhand is wide open, or oh my god, you pull counter, you don't throw an elbow, or you don't throw an uppercut, or you don't throw a hook, and all you want to do is grapple. So like the shoe, like I said, the shoe fits both feet rather. The game is designed to be played from a balanced perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And the guys that can be balanced and do both typically tend to be the guys that continue to succeed and continue to beat everybody. Because if you only have striking and you fight me, you're gonna lose.
Yeah, that's for sure.
You're gonna lose. If you only have grappling and you're anyone but me, and you fight anybody else, you're gonna lose.
Yeah, it's I've definitely I've tried to go into a couple ranked fights. I don't play ranked much, but this season I've played it probably more than I ever have, and I've definitely tried a few times to go in. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna treehouse this guy. Like, I'm gonna get the fight to the ground. I'm gonna do.
It's not easy.
No, I can tell you that for a fact, especially when it comes to some people that are very good with takedown defense. It's demoralizing. It really is. When you try one thing, it doesn't work. You try the next thing, it doesn't work. You try the next thing, it doesn't work. It's very demoralizing, and that's where your stubbornness really comes in that you're like, look, I don't care how much stamina I waste in getting this fight to the ground, but we're going there.
Well, I think the reason I'm able to do that is because I came up in sales, right? I've been in sales my entire life, and I get told no 95 times before I hear yes once, and I have my entire life. So
right.
I get kicked in my head literally for a living, and I keep coming forward. So it's just the same exact motto, theory, concept that I put into the game. We should talk about the main event for a little bit.
Yeah.
I didn't watch too much of it.
I did.
I felt like Doc looked good. I will give Go of MMA his flowers, even though I don't want to. He put Pop in a couple bad spots and took advantage of them. I was surprised to see him come out and grapple after his vehement opposition to grappling, but I think he did it well, and absolutely out-grappled Papadoc in
which
90%
is
of exchanges.
Yeah, out-grappling Papadoc should be commended in itself. I mean, Papadoc, as I know him, is predominantly a grappler. I mean, he really switched. When this game came out, he did, and he's not playing it very much. Not to build an excuse in for him, because I don't want to do that. I did a little sparring with Doc before that fight. His submission knowledge is very low at this point. And he knows that his grappling is still good, but a lot of the things that he was doing in UFC 4 don't work as well in this game. That old school style of grappling is not as effective. You have to do things a little bit differently in this game. And I think go to MMA. He's got a lot of reps, plays the game a lot. Oh yeah, I mean,
right?
I don't know what his record is right now on rank, but I'm sure he's well over 300 fights.
I think he has 400 last I looked.
Yeah.
Honestly, and listen, he's a young kid. I know he's out here trying to make a name for himself. I don't necessarily appreciate the way he goes about it, but I can understand it. And listen, he proved the point today. He beat Papadoc in the main event. I'm sure he's the guy to beat, right? So
he was the main event, and he beat somebody from Camp Dark, who's, pretty much regarded as one of the best camps to be a part of. You got Romero in there. You got Swiss in there. You got, obviously Papadoc.
Host Ninja, too dark. They're both dark competitors lost today.
They did, and man, it was a rough day for Hit Squad, but it was an even rougher day for Dark, it seemed like.
Yeah, I wonder if that means we get to see Romero pull up to the next event, because I would assume, and I know Romero was trying to wait, but I would assume that watching two of his campmates lose fired him up. Knowing Romero the way that fired him up.
I don't think so. I think from what I've heard, he's going to be out the first 3 events.
Coaching wrestling or whatever.
Yeah, I think he's commentating on the next week, if I'm not mistaken. But
nice.
But yeah, no, he's on the roster. He will be in there at some point, and it's gonna be interesting to see whoever he gets first. Alrighty, well, that's gonna do it. If you want to find Treehouse, you go over to his YouTube channel. It's youtube.com. I am Treehouse. Correct me if I'm wrong.
That's correct.
Yeah, that's going to be down in the description of my channel if you watch it there, which this is going to be uploaded both on my channel and on his channel. So feel free to watch it wherever you want. You know where to find him. Obviously, you know where to find me if you're on my channel. And Treehouse, you have anything to add?
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to thank my counterpart, MellowCoffee, for doing all of the graphics for this entire thing. Probably organizing more of it than I did, as per usual. He just lets me sit here, look cute, and talk, which, as he knows, is all I really need in my life. So, great, man. If you're looking to find MellowCoffee, you should find him on YouTube, youtube.com/MellowCoffee. Like he said, this podcast will be on both channels, rather. His link will be in my description. My link will be in his description. If you guys have any clips that you want to send in, we're trying to run a Is This Cheesy segment for next week, so we need some clips for sure. But if you'd like to be a guest, please reach out to MellowCoffee or myself. We'd definitely love to have a third person on and rotate that in as well. But like Mello said, that will do it. We're going to sign off like I do at the end of every one of my streams. Peace, love, Coffee House. Appreciate everybody for tuning in and watching the video. If you made it this far, we love you.